salted caramel macarons. So the salted caramel macaron is by far the most popular flavor of macaron. So we are doing something a little bit different with this recipe. We are going to be using some unique ingredients. So to start off with, as always, we're going to sift our icing sugar or confectioner's sugar and our almond meal. So just sift that into a large bowl. And sifting your icing sugar and the almond meal is going to ensure some beautiful smooth tops to your macaron shells. So once it's all sifted through, just give it a bit of a stir just to combine everything together. So now we're going to set that aside and work on our vegan meringue. So we're going to, as I mentioned, we have some unique ingredients for this one. So our gerbe mixture, which is going to replace our egg white. So we're going to be using that. But in addition to that, we also have some instant coffee granules. Now this isn't going to add a whole deal of coffee flavor, but it is going to bring out those caramelly toasted notes, bitter notes to our caramel macaron shell. In addition to that, we are also using some toasted sugar. Now, if you check your dashboard, you do have a video on how to make your very own toasted sugar. And the great thing about toasted sugar is it doesn't change the crystalline structure of the sugar, so you can use it in exactly the same way as you would white caster sugar. So we're going to take a spoonful of our toasted sugar and just add it to our gerbe mixture along with our instant coffee and just stir that together. And now we're going to add this to our water measurement. And we're going to beat this for a couple of minutes until all of our powders are dissolved nicely. And we're just going on a low speed. Okay, so once that's nice and mixed, we're going to add a third of our sugar. And we're going to beat our meringue until we get to the soft peak stage on a low to medium speed. Now we're at this soft peak stage, we're going to continually add our toasted sugar, a spoonful at a time, whilst mixing on like a medium speed until we achieve the stiff peak stage. So just continually add your sugar a little at a time. Once you're at the stiff peak stage and your sugar is dissolved, you can just rub that between your fingertips to ensure that it's pretty much all dissolved. So we're going to start incorporating our dry ingredients now. And you'll notice as well the color of the batter, both from the combination of using the toasted sugar and the instant coffee mixture. It's given it a beautiful caramelly color. So I think it's going to work perfectly with our macarons. So we want to add half of our almond flour and confectioner's sugar and just fold that through. We're not deflating it at this point. And add your remaining. Okay, so now we can do our macaronade. So we're going to deflate our batter until we get the right consistency. So just swiping to the edge of the bowl, to the bottom of the bowl. We want to get rid of some of those air bubbles until we can just do a figure 8. See, it's still a little bit too thick. So we just keep going until we get that correct texture. And I'm happy with this texture at the moment, so I'm going to transfer that into a piping bag. Now that our macaron shells have a nice dry top, we are going to put them into our preheated oven at 135 degrees Celsius for 5 minutes to get their feet. Now that we have some good feet, you just want to open your oven and just leave it open a crack for 5 minutes, and we'll be back shortly to do our remaining cooking. Okay, it's been 5 minutes. We're going to put our oven back on, and we are going to set it to 100 degrees Celsius. For 15 minutes. Okay, and start. And we'll check this after 15 minutes just to see if those macarons are starting to lift off the baking paper. All right, let's check our macarons, see if they're coming off the trays. So they're looking nice. So see, they're still stuck a little bit on the bottom, so I'm gonna put these in for about another 5 minutes or so. Check this one. Yeah, I can feel they're still stuck, so we're gonna give them a little more time and then we'll take them out. Okay, let's take a look. Still sticking a little bit, so we're going to pop them in for a few more minutes. Check these ones down here. These ones are almost coming off, so yeah, a few more minutes. So our macarons are finished now. They are ready, so we can take them out of the oven and transfer them over to our cooling rack. And allow them to completely cool down before taking them off the trays. If they're still a little bit stuck on the trays, just pop them in the freezer for 30 minutes and they'll come right off. Remove your macarons out of the freezer if you have done so, or after if they've cooled, and we're going to start matching them up. Match your macaron shells back up, sandwich them together. And transfer to a tray. Now seal your container or tray well and transfer to the refrigerator to mature overnight for 24 hours before enjoying.